So like, don't know what age we get up to, but it became defensively helpful. I know that much. Like people would try to be aggressive even for your responses.
He's a good dog.
Like you'd try and be diplomatic talking to them, and they'd still be aggressive. And then if they actually moved trying physical contact, I'd get switched out. Maybe like a dog, that happens one too many times and you just come to expect it from any amount of conflict. Because yeah, I remember a time where it was just, if somebody even said something, I'd probably be the one to respond and they'd back down. Or they'd try something and I'd respond and they'd back down. I think, I don't know what makes you make the decision in the first place, but I reckon what makes it more likely you're going to be overt as time continues is that it was successful. Defensively it worked. Defensively being covert didn't work. I definitely know that I registered there was a time where I don't think kids knew what was happening. I don't think we even knew what was happening enough to like quantify it. But there was definitely times where people would be talking to you and they'd try it on. And if I started speaking, they'd already act like they knew something was different. They'd be much more likely to back down the less I hid. I think it was just that, really. I think that it was a dramatic sudden shift in posture and change of tone proved to freak people out, and that made them back away. And I think over time that was repeated. I don't know what makes you decide that's going to work the first time you try it. I was always kind of likely to go off like that.
And then do you think it just carries over?
I think there was a period of time around the pre-teens, teens, where masking and cloaking was again favoured. Because being overt caused more trouble for over a period of time, more attention, and people would back down with your tactics more. So I guess we alternated. I guess it switched back and forth whenever what was needed worked more. We have quite an eclectic skill set between all of us. So I guess we just tried whatever worked, and whenever something failed, we tried something else. And more of our life than not, overt switches, not hiding, being genuinely ourselves, and a lot of the time overt defensive violence has been what saved us. So it's more likely what we're going to employ.
It's interesting. And horrifying.
Yeah, emotionally dissociated to mechanics.
When do I not just like study us? It is interesting and it is horrifying. How long have we been doing this?
Like, I don't know, 16 minutes.
They probably can't stay out any longer than like 20. Or like, not running for the ball anyway, because it's all sunny and stuff. You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, what a good catch. Hey, would you do a spin for me? Thank you. Can you go down? Oh, you're so clever. Can you go flat? Oh, well done. Catch. Yes, my good boy. This is my good boy. Oh, Spaz, come here. And down. Beautiful, flat. Good girl, can you crawl? Good, can I have your left? Yeah. You're so cute. You're so cute. Could you do a spin? Well done. Could you do a hopscotch? Oh, clever boy. They're so good. Could you do a spin? Oh, good spin. I meant you, but you listened, so. Basically comes down to the same thing as everything else, doesn't it? Being overt. And obviously a system, more of the time than not, was a good defense. It made people back the fuck away. I think that generally we're going to find this stuff was defensive if it was utilised. If it's there. That's generally why I think there's got to be more to it than that though, because from before the times I'm thinking of, we had pretty big differences between people in these systems. So it's got to be more than just the obvious. Like, our voices always changed, our posture always changed. Like that whole act like the same person, act like the host thing, we didn't really get that. We didn't really think to do that. It's come on more through like pre-teens, teenage years, through experiences where we suffered negative consequences if it was commented on that we weren't doing that. We sort of learned, but I don't think we naturally did that. I think naturally we were already pretty overt because like Midnight would lick the back of the wrist and wash himself like a cat and stalk birds, lounge on trees, stretch like a cat. We'd snarl and bark and bite. I think it was like quite a long time when Mum was getting called into the fucking principal's office because we were under a table growling and biting other students that came close. Not like we thought about that, just we were fucking traumatised and that was the defensive response of an animal alter believing they were quite rightly in danger, so. It's like naturally we didn't really have good cloaking and a lot of the time that worked to keep us safe. We kind of had to adapt when it didn't, but more of the time than not that made people fuck off. A few exceptions where it made things worse, but we didn't really know that it was different, I know that much. I definitely remember thinking it was nothing abnormal, the way we worked. And don't know what age, like sometime in school, so like 4, 5, 6-ish, I definitely noticed that other kids didn't work like us. And sort of got that, but I didn't naturally know that. I just sort of assumed that the way we worked with multiple people in here was natural. Hey. You look tired. Stop eating near those. Stop it. Stop it. Move. Leave it. Good boy. You're so good.
Just didn't really occur to me. It didn't occur to me not to be overt.
Like that was our default state.
A little bit, yeah. And then it got a little bit sort of beaten out of us by the way of the world, but not really. Like, there were periods of time where we suppressed it and then just fucking came back out all guns blazing. and that worked, so we probably did it again next time that happened, and so on and so forth.
I wish there were more studies. I definitely need water.
It's because, I mean, it is hot. We have not got the most choice of beverage.
No, awful, horrible, much regret. Okay.